Wait, they play Cabal Therapy, right? Am I misremembering? Oh crap! I just realized I don't know. Chancellor of the Annex. There's one. Yeah, Michael was on Chancellor. Yeah. Usually 2 copies of Therapy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I was questioning myself there for a second. Looks like Force of Negation is in Ben's hand, but I don't know how much it's going to help now with Chancellor revealed. All right, so turn Timber, tapped, pass. Ben has a chance. Looks like Force of Will was also in hand. Mystic Sanctuary can't pay for the Chancellor. Oh, man. Thoughtseize, yeah, Thoughtseize is also usually in the deck. All right, Ponder gets countered by Chancellor, and that trigger has now resolved and is done with. So, Ben surviving here so far. Brainstorm. Blacker Lotus, thanks for the sub with Prime. Take my free Bezos money. Thank you, Blacker Lotus. You have the right idea. Harry Houdini, thank you for the bits. Harry Houdini has some very nice badges in the chat. Maybe just unlocked another one? Yeah, this is not a great start for Landstill, but we likely kept a hand here with Forces knowing what Michael was on. Prioritizing that over making sure we make our land drops is my guess. C card like Supreme Verdict in hand, not very useful. Likely getting pitched to Force. Force of Will and then Force of Negation in hand. Thassa's Oracle discarded a hand size for Michael. Then gets a Tundra. Is this game already going longer than you thought it would, chat? Is anybody surprised? Is anybody excited?
I always do that. I look at it like it's a ponder.
Alright. It's good so you don't fuck it up if it is a ponder by accident.
Whoa.
Eternal Week, I know a lot of people were eyeing like it was a ponder by accident. Just so there's so many similar effects.
What I love about this format is how hostile it is.
Sorry?
Unbreakable Wit says, I've been buying into Legacy little by little. Awesome to hear. What are you building towards, I wonder? Yeah, Harry Houdini with the correct take here, I think. At least Ben is still alive. Narset just hit the table. Found a Force of Will. Not bad.
I guess it was super.
Jeskai Control for Unbreakable. Very nice. All right, that was Agadim entering untapped. Paying 3 life. Chromox. Pitching the Chancellor we knew about.
I used to play, but I had I call it.
Imprinting, I should say. Undercity Informer hits the stack. Tapping the imprinted card. Come on, Michael. What the heck?
So he's like, so I go back my head.
Force
So
pitching,
he's just like,
Supreme
okay,
Verdict.
All right, as expected, Supreme Verdict was pitched to Force. Trying to counter this Undercity Informer.
And I didn't play
We'll see if Michael has Pact of Negation. There's Pact of Negation.
Good times. Right, sir. I'm gonna play.
So a little trick here. We know that Ben has Force of Negation in hand. Okay, casting Force of Negation. Pitching to Ferry. But if Ben wanted to use Force of Will instead, they can let Pact of Negation resolve, which at least puts the lose the game trigger on Michael for next turn. Potentially. And then Force of Will the Undercity Informer instead. Does anybody disagree with that play? Letting Pact of Negation resolve? All right, back to basics was found there. That's good disruption. Slamming back to basics after fetching.
Sadly, Mystic Sanctuary is going bye-bye. Pass to you.
All right. So Michael's lands are tapped. No, but Ben had a Force of Will, a backup Force of Will in hand. Maybe. I thought. But I was saying if another Force of Will was an option, which I thought it was. Force of Negation wouldn't be able to counter the Undercity Informer.
I'm gonna put this in untapped. So
Okay, Turn Timber enters untapped. Pay 3 life. Ben surviving here. Fighting this off, disrupting. Plays an Otawara untapped and passes. Would it have been worth it to Otawara bouncing Chromox? Is that worth it? Or is that not worth it? Hype Train complete level 1, 22 bits, 3 subs. We might have some new Hype Train conductors in the chat. We'll see.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Go ahead. Yeah, I have no idea if that would be what you want to do in this deck.
I'm going to pay 3 untap it, and then make another.
Yeah. Fetch 17.
Yeah.
gonna Chrome Mox.
Okay, another Chromox comes in. Counterspell. Okay. Straight up counterspell to counter Chromox. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap fetch.
Yeah,
Go for island. Yeah. Tap my lands up.
I'll play Containment Priest.
Okay.
White.
Sure. That resolves. Now I'll die to slow beating. Go ahead.
Timeless Dragon?
Yep.
Okay, so plain cycling Timeless Dragon here.
I'm actually gonna tap this stuff in here.
Combat?
Yep.
Kind of planes. Put a planes in play. Play Standstill. Pass to you.
And then casting a Standstill. Okay.
Go.
Not bad. This game is not going too badly for Ben.
11. Go.
We'll do this.
Giving Michael time, though, is not ideal.
Go.
Alright, so Timeless Dragon has
Discard Narcomoeba.
Eternalized or whatever. There's the token. Attacker for 4. Starting to put some pressure finally.
For red, Thalia.
Yep.
Pass.
Summoner's Pact. Trigger. Yep.
Okay, Summoner's Pact will trigger Standstill. Or Canman would have been more strict about the tapping of lands last turn. Is that an acceptable dragon token? It really is not, actually. But we're going to let it slide.
So I do absolutely nothing.
That's not acceptable, right, chat? That token? Does anybody think it's acceptable?
Yeah.
Does anybody care?
Get the cast.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Okay, Wild Canter was found. Elvish Spirit Guide pitched to cast Wild Canter.
Dark Ritual.
Dark Ritual hits a stack for Michael.
No idea what I'm trying to stop. I'm gonna bring
A brainstorm in response. See a Force of Will in Ben's hand. Twitch chat talking about potential Pokemon that could be a better token. I don't know about that, chat. Counterspell on the Dark Ritual. Okay. Dark Ritual is countered.
Game 2.
Game 2. Ben took it.
I know.
I had 2 Cavil therapies in my hand.
Grafdigger's Cage is potentially in there, yeah. Dranith Magistrate, unlikely, but possible. Looks like Ethersworn Canonist is in hand. Swords to Plowshares is in this opener. A Multi 6 for Ben. Chancellor of the Annex revealed from Michael. Is Ben in trouble, is the question. Playing a land, untapped. It's an Agadim, so it makes black mana. Dark Ritual.
Okay, draw.
3 black.
It's for free, right?
Go all therapy?
Sure.
2 black. On name Forcible.
No forces.
Oh.
No forces. Seal of Cleansing, I believe that card is called. Ethersworn Canonist. Containment Priest. I forgot about Containment Priest. That's a good one. And Swords to Plowshares. Swords to Plowshares is not amazing,
So
but it's something, I guess.
get to see my deck.
It will have targets. The question is, are the targets important? All right, Narcomoebas were milled and put onto the battlefield.
You have literally nothing.
I mean, you won through force anyways, so
Yeah.
so it didn't matter.
I went through double force.
And Ben was hoping to get a second turn, it seems like, but that won't be happening here. Balustrade Spy successfully milled the library. There are no lands in the library. Hence the name Oops All Spells. Dread Return. Poxwalkers comes in. And Thassa's Oracle.
You can play around them.
Ben did not get a first turn. No, not in this game.
Narcomoebas, because then all you do is sack Spy to Cavil Therapy. Poxwalker zombie comes in from Bridge. You Cavil the Poxwalker, another zombie comes in. Now you have a Dread Return again.
So you put in 4 Narcomoebas, you sacked the Dread Return, Thassa Oracle?
Yeah.
But at the end of the game, did anyone have fun?
We have one more game.
We have one more game.
Enjoy
The
yourself.
first game went
Well,
pretty
not this
long.
one. He won through force, double force. So.
All right, you hear me off camera asking the players if they're enjoying themselves. Ben looking through the library here, which is now the graveyard, seeing if there's any other tricks or surprises in there. Once again, in case anybody missed it as we were getting started with this match, Michael did top 8 the MTGO Legacy Challenge over this past weekend with Oops All Spells, so that deck list has been posted all around the internet. And I guess this is the tabletop version with Poxwalkers in it. Jack-o'-lantern is the card Ben was looking at there. Yeah, as long as everyone is having fun. Lewinil is here in the chat. What's up, Lewinil? What's the saying? New Yorkers are kind, and LA people are nice. I feel like that's a saying that people that don't live in either of those places would say. I've never heard that before. That's like something somebody like living in the middle of the country would say.
I'm on the draw.
What is it? Triumph of St. Catherine?
All right, looks like we're ready to go finally. Island Pass. It looks like Force of Will is in hand, which does something. And that looks like the end of it for Ben as far as disruption for this game 3 and the starting hand. Agadim enters untapped.
Chromox? Sure.
Chromox. Brainstorm and Response, okay. Containment Priest, Brainstorm, and some other card. Containment Priest will be decent. Solemn says last time I went to NYC, plenty of people were rude, and it definitely didn't have to do with the Red Sox gear I wore every day. Come on, Solemn, you're walking around New York City with Red Sox gear on. What's wrong with you?
City Informer.
Seems like something an insane person would do. Undercity Informer has hit the stack. Poxwalkers was pitched or imprinted to Chromox. Yeah, Lewinell's another Red Sox person. You know, I'm actually not a Yankee fan, so maybe I shouldn't care. Sorry, Yankee people. All right, Force of Will on the Undercity Informer resolved. Solitaire the Gathering, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. You're here watching some Tabletop Legacy. Mystic Sanctuary enters. All right, needed a Plains to get that Containment Priest on the board, and it didn't happen. So it looks like Ben has no defenses currently.
I didn't even find an enchantment.
Jack-o'-lantern enters. I actually don't remember what the exact text is for this. I'm going to look it up.
Cabal Therapy. Sure. Force and negation.
Oh, yeah, protects you from surgical.
The door is open, but
I know, I'm hoping you had no.
And then you can make mana with it.
pass the turn.
Yeah, no defenses and Brainstorm locked. Absolutely right.
Do I even play Standstill?
Do I even play Standstill, says Ben. That's probably why they should have been sided out. Roland's getting upset with the Red Sox fans in the chat, it seems. There might be a fight breaking out in Twitch chat right now. Fans of rival sports teams are battling in the chat. Ben needs a white mana bad.
Go ahead.
7.
Yeah, I was counting.
Last turn.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a surgical now in Ben's hand. The jack-o'-lantern makes things interesting. Oh, the jack-o'-lantern's in the graveyard. Okay. There's a Flooded Strand now on the table for Ben. Should they have main phase cast Containment Priest breaking their own Standstill? I don't know. This Standstill's, it's just not good. Because instant speed Containment Priest is potentially gets safely Pact of Negation on Michael's turn. If you do it on your own turn, they have to pay the lose the game trigger on their own turn. I don't know. I don't know, everybody. Twitch chat doesn't even care about this game anymore. They're talking about baseball. We've lost Twitch chat, everybody. Twitch chat has checked out.
I guess you can kill him as well. Yeah, Invader to protect something and then kill him.
If he has 4 surgical and priest, he's probably fine, says Poing. It looks like that is what Ben has. But, all right, Cabal Ritual, that'll pop the Standstill. Drew that engineered explosives we saw earlier and a Caracas.
George and Roland have to be here, and then probably like who gets the last.
That's fine.
Going to exile Simian Spirit card.
Exiling Simian Spirit Guide. Here's Balustrade Spy hitting the stack. Okay, Ben is fetching. What's the plan here? It's a Tundra. Mark Hughes is falling asleep in the chat.
That resolves it.
It dies immediately. So they're both pro-red.
They're both
Okay, casting a Brainstorm now. Puts 2 back on top. That Seal of Cleansing is in hand now. Could be a way to blow up this Chromox next turn. If Ben survives this turn. Are we going to let the Balustrade Spy resolve? The YouTube commenters are going to be weighing in on this whole situation. For sure. Another Brainstorm, okay. Did they just leave all 3 cards on top? What just happened? I don't know.
Thassa Containment Priest.
Okay, casting Containment Priest. And Balustrade Spy will resolve. Okay.
Put the Narcomoebas in play.
Sure.
First thing I will do.
So are the triggers still on the stack?
Yeah, they're on the stack.
Okay. That's your graveyard. Yeah.
Okay, the triggers for Narcomoeba are still in the stack. And now Ben is going to take a look at the graveyard. Bridge from Below is in there. Cabal Therapy is in there. Dread Return is in there. Narcomoebas. I did not see Thassa's Oracle, but I assume it's in there somewhere. Memory's Journey is also in there, which is the reason why this whole situation is a bit sketchy at the moment. Unless Thassa's Oracle is in hand. I didn't spot it looking through the library.
I switched to something fast. I've been inspired.
Yeah, maybe Ben saw 3 lands on top and got a little frustrated and just threw them back on top. But the Containment Priest is on the board, and I have not seen Thassa's Oracle. Has anyone watching seen it? I have not seen it. Looking through the deck one more time. Maybe Thassa's Oracle is in hand. If so, Ben might be in some trouble here as far as Containment Priest. But how will Michael cast it is the question. Okay, Surgical hitting the stack.
I don't know if I surgical the Dread Return or if I surgical the Narcomoebas themselves.
Okay, thinking about either Dread Return or Narcomoeba. Memory's Journey could potentially protect stuff here. Or Canman inventing cards in the chat. Merfolk Spirit Guide.
How do you win if I hit the Dread Return?
Yeah, the Narcomoebas aren't going to do anything here. They're just going to get exiled, right? It's not even a May ability. They'll just walk themselves right out into the exile zone.
No, but you could have a response that I can't respond to. There could be sudden edict or whatever. Or sudden, yeah.
There could be sudden edict. I don't think Michael has any mana floating, right? If Thassa's Oracle's in hand, Michael will discard it to Cabal Therapy. Right. The only thing is there's Containment Priest on the battlefield right now, is what I was... Why I was saying if it's in hand, can it be cast? I don't know if there are 2 other Lotus Petals in hand at the moment.
I don't know what the Bridge Return is.
I just don't know.
It's just to make 2/2s off Cabal Therapy. So
Haven't really done a count.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Memory's Journey lets him recur mana, that's true. What is the plan here for Ben?
Sure, I mean,
Okay, Narcomoeba is a May ability? I didn't remember off the top of my head.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So now I will cast Cabo Therapy, targeting you. I request this.
Okay, sacrificing Balustrade Spy to Cabal Therapy, targeting you. Again, looking through the library. Or graveyard, I should say. Okay, Narcomoebas have stayed in the graveyard now. The priority has been passed.
So I get a 2/2, and I'll Cabo Therapy you.
Okay, so apparently Dread Return was the card Surgical. I completely missed what was even done with that Surgical because they were looking for so long.
that's why I'm worried.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Simian Spirit Card, make red. Wild Cantor. Lotus Petal. Pass the Oracle from the hand.
I don't think I was.
There was
gonna
no way
win.
you could
Yeah,
beat it.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Good game.
Good game.
Good game. Yeah, that was weird.